Well, good afternoon my YouTube friends, it's Margaret here, and I thought I'd just bring you into the garden because the garden at the moment thinks it's spring, but actually we're still in winter. And there's the clematis with the bud on there, there's the rose at the side of the house, and those are the tubs there. If I just back up a little bit here, you'll see the flowers appearing here. These are the little scilla. That's one of the standard roses. The birds are singing. This is a little acer starting to show its little buds, but unfortunately this weather isn't going to last. By the weekend we're going to go back into another cold spell, and the temperatures will drop by at least 10 degrees. This is that little herb. I think this one's called borage. It has a lovely flower. There's another tub there. And all these are the pansies, of course, and the daffodils. The little primulas are out. And look at that. That's a snapdragon. So this little woody thing here, that's one of the peonies, and I'm on the slate now, so excuse the noise. So we've got wallflowers coming through, we've got sweet williams coming through, little primulas, everything's wakening up. We've got a lovely prunus tree there, which is well, it's forming its buds to open up. And if we take you around this way, can you see my arms with the scratches? You can't be a gardener if you don't have scratches all up your arms and everything. Been trying to do a little bit of weeding today, and Keith's been busy. I'll take you through the arch in a minute. That's the hyacinths. They smell absolutely wonderful. And we've got some little aconites there. Just they look like little buttercups, don't they? They're absolutely gorgeous. So we come round here now, and I get out of my own shadow. This is the tree peony. Look how that's woken. I mean, this is unprecedented. This is. It's only February. I know it's March on Friday. And but things shouldn't be wakening up like this. It is too early. What nature tells them, it isn't too early. Excuse the noise of the school traffic. And that big thing that's there, that's cascading over, that's a winter flowering clematis, and it smells absolutely gorgeous. This is the evergreen jasmine, and there we go. Can you see? Can you see the cloud formation of the hedge there? And this is the contorted hazel. He's now just trying to make specimens of them in the garden rather than let them just ramble. And we've been watching a programme of one of our gardening celebrities, Monty Don, and he's visited Japan and their gardens. And in their gardens, of course, they don't have flowers like we have. Can you see all that mess of wood there? Well, it looks like a mess, doesn't it? But it isn't. That's where all the insects go for the winter. So we've got to have a little area like that so that the insects can hibernate during the winter. So going back to Monty Don, and they don't have a lot of flowers. They have specimen trees and everything else like that. So we've decided, because you know I've got that big birthday this year as well as retirement, and Keith's only 3 years behind me, but if I gently pan round here, we've decided to take this side piece back, and this is what Keith was has been doing. You can see the area of the garden that we've taken back. All this here, so we've got to get some new granite to put down here, and there we go. That's the view from this way. And so it's been hard work. We've had to move things about because the sap's rising. So next weekend, when the weather goes cold and we do some rain, these will settle in lovely. This is a standard magnolia that we've got there. This is, of course, the rhododendron, and this little area now, we've moved the primulas. That's the little, no, what's that one? It's like a rhododendron. Is it, oh, it'll come to me. It's not a rhododendron, it's as an azalea. That was the one that I got from the little nursery from round the corner, you know, a couple of years back, and that was only 99p. So these had to be moved. There was no option. And these are some of the little Christmas roses now, just going over. There's some of the scilla and some of the crocus. Now, some of the crocus have unfortunately been damaged with the moving about, but hopefully they'll come back next year. You can still see there's plenty of spaces for things to grow, and all these wallflowers you're looking at now, these are the wallflowers that I did from seed last year. So we did have, you'll see those little spindly bits of wood at the back. They were supposed to be birch, but with having that drought last summer, I don't think they're going to survive. I was actually wondering about this morning, because this is a big horse chestnut. Well, it's not a big one, it's not one you find in the fields, but it's got a new bud on there, and it's got a new bud on there, so I think that's survived. And we're back onto the granite now, so like I say, and this is the forsythia budding up. So right, next weekend, no, this weekend actually, they give it this weekend, the change in weather, so we'll be back to winter again. And this is the New Zealand, I think this is one of the New Zealand flax, and very nice it is too. So I'll just take you this way round, and we've had the seat out there, it just crosses over by the arch, and that's one of the evergreen ferns. And today I've had to set to and water all these baskets and the wall brackets here. What else can you do? You know, you can't leave things when we've had these at least 4 days of really warm weather. These are the woodland aconite, and they're absolutely beautiful, they are. And these little pansies here, I can't remember, I did some pansies from seed. Oh, I think they're over the other side of the garden, so I didn't think they'd survive the winter, but I can't believe how well they've done. There we go. And there's another tub coming up with all the daffodils in, and that's another evergreen fern there. So there we go. It's so nice to come out into the garden. We've had lunch in the garden yesterday, and we've had lunch in the garden today, and of course it's work tomorrow, but only till May, middle of May, and then I'll be able to leisurely be in the garden. for quite a few hours. Right, so we're going to take it this way round now, and then I won't show you all the mess we've got there, but there's no water in the pond. Well, there was a little bit the other day, and we did have a few frogs arrive, but unfortunately there's no water for them to spawn, so they've gone away again now. And this is one those buds will open up and they'll be beautiful. I think that's just a viburnum, and that will be very nice when it opens up. There we go. This is some of the tubs, and those little tiny pansies there. They were little whispery seedlings when I put them in, and I didn't think for 1 minute they'd survive the winter, but look at that, they have done. And this is the other contorted hazel. This is the bronze coloured, and that's got a few catkins on there. So we've had one disaster this winter. Well, it's not of our making, but that was the standard red robin, which was in the front garden, and we had some terrific winds and that blew that over. We've actually got it, excuse that noise, we've actually got it in a tub here, but I don't know whether that's going to pick up. There's one of the little hangers. So turn round here now and take you into this direction. Like I say, we've taken the dahlias out, opened the boxes. There's another little hanger. And there's another one with little aconites in. And I'll take you around this way now, show you here. And now, because we've not got this seat here, I'm going to as they say, leg it over this wall. And I only hope I don't catch my leg, because otherwise we're going to go. There we go. And this is the pool area now. And that you can, oh, look at that. Can you see the globs of frog spawn there? That's when they've spawned the other day when it rained. But look, there's no water left now. Oh dear, what a shame. We've got to decide what we're doing with this in the sense of tidying it up and wondering what we're going to do with it. Because it's a very wet area, it's a natural dip this is, and but there's already weeds started to form. There's, we've got another New Zealand flax there. Now I gently turn you around here. This is one of the camellias. That's one of the aces here, or the maples. And see, already this one, it's showing the pink. And this one, this camellia, it's already got the buds, and they're going to be opening soon, which will be tragic, because if we get the cold and frosts, it'll knock it back. That's that winter flowering clematis. Absolutely lovely that is. Smells gorgeous. And there we've got another camellia there. That actually hasn't flowered the last couple of years, and I don't know why. And that's one of the other maples. Look at that, it's already pinking up. This is one of the other seating areas. So we're back on the the granite now. There's the wallflowers. There's little Goblin in his little house with the toad. And this is the other side of the pond area. There again you see, can you see? Can you see the frog spawn? Just lay there. Oh, what a shame. Look at that. It always amazes me. You can have cold winters, you can have freezing winters, and the damn weeds still grow. So, I'll back you on to this one now. This is the one of the last beds, and I've not been able to get to that this last few days. Although the denticulatas, the white ones, there's blue ones and there's white ones, they're coming through. Got nice daffodils there. And look at this, we've even got carnations or pinks coming into bloom. And that's that lovely, we call them Christmas rose. There we go. And these are all wallflowers, and it'd be a beautiful spell when these open up. And then little tiny primulas there. Look at that. That's opening up nicely. So there's a lot of noise going on at the moment. And here we go. There we are. It's quite warm here. I'm actually stood with a t-shirt on. And I'll take you to this area. Keith's watching me. He's just jumped back. These are the auriculas. Watch him. Just watch him now. Just watch him. Catch him in a minute. See whether or not he knows I'm filming, you know. Oh, he's gone in the other room. Oh dear. He's camera shy. Well, I don't know whether he is really. So what's the temperature out here? And this faces north, so it's 12.4 C. And there we go. That's another little basket we've got here. Anyway, so like I say, this is a spring tour, but it's really still winter. And got the tubs with all the crocus out. These are the little tubs of tiny heathers which I'm wanting to transplant into the garden once we get the weather. Some more crocus with tulips coming through. And there we go. That's the big maple, but that's not coming out yet. So thank you for joining me. This is that unusual standard rose, and it's showing tips of green here. Can you see them? And really that shouldn't be out yet, but never mind. So thank you for joining me on my first of my garden tours this year. And take care. Bye bye now.